So this video that you're about to watch is a short clip from a 3-hour and 45-minute training that I had with a handful of brothers in our mastermind. And this part of the video, I essentially was just sharing my journey as someone who's been running a marketing agency as a growth partner really since 2018. We go over the first 1.5 to 2 years, the trials and errors that we had working Uber to make ends meet while still running an agency, from when COVID hit to now living abroad in Egypt, really for the last 4.5 years. I'm right here currently at my desk right now recording this intro video. So I share everything with you from beginning to end, and really this video is for two types of people. The first is maybe you are someone watching this video and you are looking or thinking about starting your own marketing agency or becoming a growth partner. Hopefully this video gives you an insight as to what it actually takes to succeed with this business. And the second type of person is maybe you are someone who has considered joining a program like the one that we have here, where we build everything out for you and then consult you one-on-one over Zoom. I wanted to really just share my story and be as transparent with you guys as possible. So hopefully you find some value in this video, and if you are someone who is considering starting an online business, becoming an AI growth consultant, there's going to be a link down below where you can learn more about our program and essentially book a call with myself or one of my team members. And on this call, we'll walk you through exactly what's included in our program, what you get, and what exactly we mean with done for you and consulting. So there's going to be a link down below where you can go ahead and watch that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, consider subscribing, as we will be posting more content. So here's what I'm going to share with you guys is how I went from an agency owner for almost 2 years, still having to drive Uber, to scaling my agency to over 115K within 8 months. Okay. And I'm going to share with you guys my own personal experience because number one, I want it to be relatable. And number two, who better to talk about than myself when I'm trying to explain to you guys the things that I'm going to teach here. So for the next maybe 1/3 of this presentation, I'll kind of give you guys my story, and it'll all tie into everything that I'm going to be teaching today. And as you guys go through this, I want to personally say, I think everybody here, maybe with the exception of Bilal, because he's 17, I think he's 16, 17 years old. I think everyone here is smarter than me in many ways. I mean, we have brother Amin, who's an engineer. We have brother Rami, who, I mean, you just hear the guy talk, he sounds smart. We have brother Abdul Basit, the guy studying university and studying Islamic studies. Yasin, mashallah. Like, I think all of you guys, like, it's not like I went to college for 8 years and got a PhD. Like, I'm just a normal person, and I think all of you guys are smarter than me in many ways, right? We're all smart in our own way. So as I go through this, I want to kind of like humanize myself to say, like, I haven't even achieved 10% of what I want to achieve. And if I can do this, you guys can do the same too. Okay, at the end of the day, the only reason I'm where I'm at, which is living abroad, working on my own term whenever I want, is because of grit and hard work. It's not because I was smarter than anybody. I made a lot of dumb mistakes, which you guys will see. So as I go through this, understand that regardless of where you're at, you've got to start somewhere. It's not just like something that happens overnight, right? If you have grit and you have hard work, you can make this work. And I'm no smarter than any of you guys. So to give you guys some context, I launched my first agency in November of 2018, and we closed it around March 2020. And the issue I had wasn't necessarily the lack of knowledge on how to run an agency, because at that point I already bought courses and I was like always studying. The issue was the lack of clarity with my offer. Okay, that is the issue, is the lack of clarity with my offer. And your offer is essentially the solution in the marketplace compared to others. So what do I mean by lack of clarity? Well, we were an SEO agency, but we found ourselves doing many things that our clients asked for. Like, our clients would ask us something and then we would just do it. Here's a picture of me in 2018. This was one of my clients. I was in the real estate niche. Okay, I was offering SEO in the real estate niche. And she just told us one day she wants to record, like, she needed images for her website so we can optimize it for SEO and for her Google My Business. So what did me and my business partner go do? We went and bought a freaking camera for $2,500 and bought a $750 gimbal. Right? Over $3,000 just because our client said they needed pictures. That was just me like, hey, I have to fulfill my clients' desires for them to like reach their outcome. Like I had no clarity like when it comes to my offer. I knew that you got to do things for a business, but I literally like did that. I went out and I bought a camera for 2,500 and a gimbal for 750. And despite running a business for a year and a half, I still find myself driving Uber 4 days a week just to make ends meet. Okay, so if you have did like 100 calls or you've been trying this agency thing for like a few weeks, a few months, guys, I did this for a year and a half, still driving Uber. A year and a half of running my business, still driving Uber. I would work, wallah al like what I'm telling you guys here, honest to God, is true. I would work Thursday through Sunday for about 12 to 14 hours. In Thursday and Sunday, I would sleep in my car, right? And to take showers, I would go to 24-hour fitness. To pray, I would either go to the masjid or pull out the rug and pray, on like the sidewalk. So Thursday through Sunday, I would put in the hours and work because I had to make ends meet. Monday through Wednesday, I would focus on the agency. Just at home focus on the agency, whether that's taking meetings in person, just learning. Okay. And even with these 4 days, Thursday through Sunday, I would sleep in my car and I would literally pull up my laptop and still educate myself on the agency work that needs to get done. Right? Because like at that point, time was money. Here's an image of me like closing a client. This was a meeting. Actually, I don't know if we closed them or not. I think we did, but I think this was like in 2019. Okay, San Francisco, Gary Deli Square. And a lot happened between 2020 and 2021, which we'll go over in a little bit. So, shut down my agency due to COVID. What happened between then? I shut down my agency. I was forced to move out of my apartment, moved to Michigan, live with my sister. I got a new job as a marketing coordinator, and I moved to Egypt between 2020 and 2021. Now, forward to 2021, okay, I was able to scale my agency to 115K, and all of this had to do with me transitioning my offer from a commodity to a growth consultant offer, which is what we're going to be talking about today, using the growth partner model. Okay, and I'll go and show you guys the exact deliverables that we were providing. Okay, and now we have clients that pay us anywhere from $5,000 all the way to $20,000 a month for our services. Okay, so like, how the heck did I do this in a matter of eight months, guys? Okay, in a matter of 8 months, like start from zero again to 115 in a matter of 8 months. Like something had to change. Okay. And that's exactly what we're going to go over in this video. Okay. So since then, I have worked with some amazing clients, alhamdulillah, in the e-commerce and information product space. I've worked with clients in the modest fashion niche. For example, helping Muslim women stay true to their faith through beauty, modesty clothing. So think like people that have a modest fashion brand like what you see here. I've worked with Muslim clients in the clothing and apparel, and what these people would do is they would, sell apparel, but their goal was to raise awareness for Palestine by offering traditional Palestinian style clothing and donate a percentage to charity. I've worked with clients who are Quran teachers. So this was a sister that helps Muslim women read and understand the Quran. I've worked with Arabic teachers, essentially helping Muslims of all age read Arabic and be able to read the Quran. I've worked, alhamdulillah, with fitness instructors that empower Muslim men get fit mentally, physically, and spiritually. Brother Muhammad Kindil from Champion Method. This guy was a crazy case study. It's crazy that I didn't even like interview or make case studies out of any of this stuff. But like, this is probably one of the most subscribed to Muslim fitness instructors because he only charges $5 a month, right? It's like crazy. And I've worked with clients who are medical professionals, helping Muslims lose weight, lower blood pressure, reverse diabetes, so they can have the energy to focus and connect with themselves fully. Bilal actually referred me this client, so thank you, Bilal. So that's kind of like like that's my agency till about, I would say, a couple weeks ago. But more recently, we transitioned our agency to working with local businesses, specifically with real estate. So if you're in real estate, like I'm gonna be like, just do what I'm doing. Okay. If you're in the real estate niche or local business in general, just literally do what I'm doing. Okay. And we offer them AI solutions along with other deliverables to help them grow and streamline their business. So Mastermind students will get a deep dive every single week to see exactly what we are doing that is working in our business and how they can implement the same as they go. Your time here will be more relevant than ever. Whether you upgrade to Mastermind or you're in AP or agency school, your time here is going to be more relevant than ever because as many of you guys are working with local businesses, we are going to essentially be offering the same solutions that I am, regardless of your niche, right? At the end of the day, these local businesses, similar to real estate, roofing, or any local business, they eventually need these same exact services. The only difference would be your offer and, of course, your positioning and how you deliver it. So, with my new agency, Mad Parrot, we help real estate agents, brokers, wholesalers, and investors buy back their time by streamlining their business and close more deals with powerful end-to-end solutions. Okay. If you guys are curious about why I'm working with local businesses now versus continuing with e-com and information, specifically with Arabs and Muslims, we can get into it. It's a whole different type of conversation, but it's really understanding the market that you sell to, right? Now with AI, like the local business niche or any business in general, like it's like a gold mine. It's like starting a marketing, not even a marketing agency. It's like websites being created back when nobody had a website. That's how AI is right now when it comes to businesses, more specifically local, but really any business, right? So our offers to give you some motivation to go out there and stop charging $2,000. Okay, our minimum offer right now is $4,000 a setup, just $4,000 just to set everything up, and then 1,500 for 3 months minimum. Our highest offer is $18,000 setup, and then 1,500 3 months. Okay, and there's going to be people that are going to get charged 50 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand. It all depends on like the actual scope of the work and exactly what we're setting up with them. So my goal with anyone here in the mastermind is to help you guys transition from charging $2,000 a month to minimum 4,000 upfront as a growth consultant. Okay, and as we go through this, I want you guys to understand that you got to start throwing rocks at the enemy, right? Like this is our website here. I'm already like shitting on agencies. It's like stop renting your growth from an agency. Build a machine that works for you. Why are you working with an agency that's like you're like dependent on it to give you leads every month? How about you just pay us 18 grand? We'll build everything out for you, and then you control and you own that system yourself, right? This is the point of today's call. This is the point of the mastermind. This is really the point of the idea of transitioning you guys from being a commodity, charging and offering what everyone else is offering, to charging so much more. The reason businesses are going to pay you so much more is because you're an anomaly. You have a unique offer and you're providing even more value. Okay. So now the training officially starts, but I hope that kind of gave you guys some insight about like myself and just motivation to like what we're doing, and essentially that you can, achieve the same within the next 6 to 12 months, inshallah. So let's talk about the broken SMMA retainer model. And Mashoud, I know you, so a couple of things. Mashoud, you're in the SaaS space. Bilal, you're, YouTube space. If this stuff is not like relevant if I don't want you to think this stuff is not as relevant to you guys directly. It's all the more relevant. Even brother Hassan still here? Hassan Ali. So Hassan, you're a closer. Like this is still relevant to you too. Okay, just because we're talking about agencies, this is all relevant to you. Again, we're talking about offer and leverage. You could apply that into anything. Okay.
Got you.
So, the broken SMA model. So while there are many issues, again, I'm gonna try to use forgot to say, the reason I talked about myself early on is because I'm gonna give you guys a training based on my own experience. So now it'll make a lot of sense. So the broken SMA model. So while we had a lot of issues with the agency operations, I think the main issue again is that we were a commodity. Okay, so here's what I mean by that. Okay, so we were in this like flywheel of being a commodity, meaning we would start excited, we would charge our clients, let's say $2,000 a month, and we would outsource the service delivery to a company in the Philippines. Sometimes we would do a little bit of ourselves, right? SEO reseller, we would outsource it to them for about $750, which is great. That's good profits. That's more than 50% profits, right? The rest of the profits would then have to be split between myself and my business partner. Okay. And I'm living in the most expensive city in the United States, like after New York. I think they're head to head, right? So you can imagine like how many clients would I need in order to be able to like not have to do another job. It's exciting at first, but once you break down the math, it doesn't make sense. Now we break it down even further. Okay, this flywheel of being a commodity. The thing you guys need to avoid is that we had to invest in other things like ad software, the freaking camera that I bought for $2,500, the $750 gimbal. which basically ate all of our profits the first 2 months. And we were hoping to eventually break even month 3. So it's like, okay, as long as we keep the client $2,000 a month, hopefully we'll break even month 3. But here's the issue, okay? Clients left after 2 to 3 months. Okay, and let me show you guys this, like the visual of this actual flywheel. Okay, this is exactly what would happen. Okay, so because we were a commodity offering SEO services, okay, um, we would only solve one problem, which is getting clients organic reach. We would do everything, do exactly what everyone else was doing. There's so many other people offering SEO services, right? So we weren't unique. And we couldn't get great results due to other bottlenecks that the business had. I can't just come in and do good SEO for you if you have a shitty website, if you don't have images for your Google My Business, if you don't have certain things in place. Just like if you were to run ads for a business, they would need creatives, right? They would need a bunch of other things, not just the actual ads themselves. So because of all of this, we would only charge a low price, which is $2,000 a month. Now, charging $2,000 a month gave us no leverage because we couldn't afford great talent. I couldn't go hire someone and pay them $5,000 to just focus on my client's work. Instead, I had to delegate it, for example, to this company in the Philippines. And because we didn't have the best talent that is focused just on our client's work, we got average results. And these average results made us get low retention, meaning clients were returning after 2 to 3 months, and we couldn't afford to get other higher quality clients. Because if we're getting average results for clients, who's going to trust us to want to work with us? We're not going to have case studies. We're not going to have anything of value to actually show other customers. So then we come back to being a commodity offer. Okay. And this was like me stuck between 5K to 20K a month. This is the flywheel trap that we were in, guys. Okay. And I'm telling you, even if you're not making money with your agency right now, let's take this off real quick. If you're not making money with your agency right now, you're going to be stuck in this flywheel if you don't apply the model that we talk about in this video. Okay, so you guys are saving yourself 1.5 to 2 years of, if you're just getting started, you're like, okay, now I know what to look out for. So you see, we faced other problems. Okay, as I mentioned, clients had other problems that interfered with our ability to get results, such as bad website, no ads to amplify our SEO, no clear sales process. So it was hard for us to, even if we did the best SEO for them, it was hard for us to get them the best results because they had other issues, right? It's like you're treating someone, someone's trying to lose weight and you're like, okay, just start running, man. Get a bunch of cardio in. But it's like, are you sleeping enough? Are you eating healthy? You can't just address one issue. There were so many other problems that stopped us from getting them great results. We either had to hope that our clients take care of these problems themselves, or we do it ourselves, like buying the $2,500 camera just to take a few pictures. I don't know what I was thinking at that time, honestly. It would have been cheaper just to hire someone, which we eventually did afterwards. The other option was that clients churn within the first 2 to 4 months, which means we barely profited from them. So after a while, clients would just churn because we couldn't get them great results or anything. They would churn, which means we barely profited from them, right? Especially if we're just breaking even. And guys, this process repeated itself. We would spend money to acquire a client on ads or sweat equity, going to people and actually pitching them. We would spend money to acquire a client. We would spend most of that money within the first 2 months on marketing. We couldn't generate great results due to other inefficiencies that the business had. And clients would churn, and we would be back to phase 1, chasing, getting clients. So spend money on ads. We land a client. We break even the first 2 months. We generate average results due to other bottlenecks. The client churns, and then we're back to square one. And like this was stressing me out more than driving Uber. Like, if I didn't find a way out, I would have just been honest with myself and say, dude, this is not for me. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to like build a business that's taking night and day and giving me all the stress just to make $2,000 a month. And this repeated for 1.5 years, guys. Like, I look at my SEO agency, we were able to scale to around 20K. Like, I look at that as a learning lesson. Like, this was probably the most painful process that I had. It repeated itself for 1.5 years. And there's a quote by Einstein which says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. what I'm going to talk about and show you guys next, like subhanallah, like I feel like that was the thing that had to happen because Allahu alam if I was going to break out of this or not. I mean, I think eventually I would have. I would have realized like this stuff is not sustainable. But for a year and a half, guys, this just kept on happening. So what changed? Okay, what changed? Well, it wasn't until COVID hit. We lost four clients, the last four clients that we had within the span of 7 days, due to everything being shut down in the city of San Francisco. The agents were like, dude, there's no open house. Like we don't even know what's gonna happen. Like everything is shut down. I'm canceling. So we lost the 4 to 5 clients that we had within the span of 7 days. Luckily for you guys watching this video, you can avoid these issues based on my past experience. This was the city of San Francisco. It's actually one of the first cities to go into lockdown. Okay, now looking back, guys, this was probably the greatest thing that could happen to me. Like, subhanAllah, it was a blessing in disguise that allowed me to reevaluate what I was doing wrong. You know, sometimes you're like in the flow of doing something, you just need somebody to shake you up, like, hey, bro, wake up. And there's a verse in the Quran that says, but perhaps you hate a thing that is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing that is bad for you, and Allah knows while you know not. Like, do you think I was happy that COVID hit and we lost all of our clients? I felt like a failure having to go back and live with my sister. I felt like a failure. I did not know this was a blessing in disguise. I'm like, if had I known this, I would have did this way before COVID hit, right? And at the end of March, I left San Francisco and moved to Michigan. Subhanallah, the day before I left, I landed a job at Ipsy as a marketing coordinator where I was working remote for about 4 to 5 months, getting paid $6,000 a month. This is a picture of me on the flight. March 31st is when I flew to Michigan. Left everything behind, my whole life, and just moved to Michigan. This is my W-2 for Ipsy. I think the first month or two, I was paid as 1099, and then they're like, okay, let's just hire this guy. And they hired me as W-2. Now, why did I get this job? That's because of like year and a half of like having my own agency. The only difference is now I was a coordinator. I wasn't doing anything. I was just telling people what to do, right? I was building things in place and just implementing it in this nonprofit organization. And we worked with some like high, like people that, some senators, right? Senators, some people in politics. Now this was great. You would think this is great. Like, alhamdulillah, like I landed a job. I'm living with my sister. I'm working remote. But November 2020, I was like, bro, I'm asked for more than this. Like, I need to do this. Like, I know I can make it work. So I decided to burn all the bridges that I had made and make hijrah to Egypt to get a crack at this new agency thing with a newfound purpose. This is November 20th and November 5th, 2020 is when I flew here to Egypt. Guys, mind you, I've been in the US my whole life. When I was 4 years old, I didn't even know what to expect. So when I came here, I had one goal, which was instead of being a commodity, I was going to offer end-to-end solutions that businesses actually need. No more of this like, hey, pay me like $2,000. So I was like, how can I charge a business 10 to 20 grand, not feel guilty about it, and have them more than happy to pay me that, right? That was my goal, okay, when I went to Egypt. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk about in this section right here, which is how changing my offer allowed me to scale to 115K in 8 months and how you can do the same today. Okay. So how do you do that? We just went over the flywheel for like the SMMA model. Let's go over the growth partner flywheel. So the growth partner flywheel is what you need to change to charge a lot more while at the same time generating exceptional results. This is all I did, guys. Okay. And I'll show you step by step. This is all I did to go from where I was to 115K. The first thing you need to do is be a strategic partner, not an agency. Okay, you need to be a strategic partner that solves multiple bottlenecks that the business face. You have a no-brainer offer. What does that mean? It means it's like no-brainer. It's like, oh my God, I would have to be an idiot not to like work with this guy. How do you do that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. And then you need to have leverage, which is what we're going to spend probably the next half of this video talking about, right? Speed of results, speed to results. So if you have all these three, if you're a strategic partner that can solve many bottlenecks, that have a no-brainer offer, and that uses leverage, meaning you can get them results in a faster period of time, you can charge a lot of money. Okay? You can charge high tickets. And because you charge high ticket, you have leverage when it comes to your fulfillment. You can hire the top talent. You can outspend your competitors for clients to get higher clients. And because you're charging high tickets and you have great fulfillment and great client acquisition, whether you're spending a lot of money on client acquisition, you can generate great results, right? And because you can generate great results, you have higher retention because why the heck would a business leave you if you're getting them good results? And you could afford to acquire other higher quality talent, right? You want to be picky with who you can work with. If you're generating great results, you can afford to get higher quality talent. And this is the flywheel, okay? This is the flywheel of the growth partner model. Okay, you solve multiple problems, you charge high ticket, and you can generate great results. So you are a strategic partner that solves multiple bottlenecks because of the speed of the results that you can generate them. You can charge more upfront. Okay, and charging more upfront allows you to have leverage to acquire superstar talent, which allows you to generate great results. And because you can generate great results, you have higher retention and you can acquire clients that are higher quality clients. Okay. So that is the difference between the growth partner flywheel and the SMA flywheel. Let's talk about how to avoid the SMA flywheel. Okay. The broken retainer model. So crafting your services and positioning your offer as the solution. Let me minimize this a little bit so I can see that. So how to avoid the broken SMA flywheel. And if we can just go back to it here, guys, show you the flywheel, the broken SMA flywheel. This is it right here. You're a commodity service. You only solve one problem. You do what everyone else. If I can go online right now and I can find someone that's doing what you're doing very easy, you're a commodity, right? You can't get good results because the business has other bottlenecks. You charge low prices. Because you charge low prices, you can't afford great talent and you can't afford better clients. Because of that, you get them average results. Because you get your clients average results, you have low retention and you can't afford to get higher clients. That's a broken SM model. So how do you avoid this? Okay, let's go over that. Crafting your service and positioning your offer as the solution to inevitable problems. You need to craft your offer and your solution. Excuse me, you need to craft your offer as the solution to problems that are inevitable. What does inevitable mean? It's going to happen no matter what. Like, we're all going to die. That's not like, maybe, like, no, we're all going to die, even though there's some people that, crazy people that say we're building technology to let us live forever. We're all going to die, guys. That's inevitable. So when you're crafting your services, make sure it's solving problems that your niche is going to have inevitable. Like no matter what, you're going to face this problem, right? Service and product market fit is what makes or break many agency owners. Okay, your service and your product market fit is what makes break most agency owners. Myself and most people struggle to land clients because they are selling commoditized services like Facebook ads without really understanding why someone needs and would want to run these ads. And we probably have like, ask yourself right now, like your service with your offer, like why would someone need Facebook ads to make more money? No, it has to be something deeper than that. Which I think if you guys watch if you guys recall the PSNB worksheet, that's the point of that is like to understand deeper reason instead of like surface level reasons. So this is the example of agency owners. This is what most agency owners do. Okay, imagine this right here. This is your current situation. Okay, so let's say whatever this is, input business name, a roofing company, real estate, whatever the case is, right? Most companies are right here. This is their current situation, and then this is their desired outcome. And in the middle, there's a gap. In order for them to come from here to here, like things have to happen in the middle. Well, when you're a commodity, okay, when you're offering commoditized service like Facebook ads, there's only one thing here that you're solving. There's all of these other things. For example, maybe it can be UGC, Google Ads, Pinterest ads, email marketing, TikTok, native ads, VSL, appointment setting, advanced tracking, sales and closing. You need to solve all of this in order for someone to reach their desired outcome. But because you're a commodity, you're only offering Facebook ads, right? And this model is broken because even if you deliver great results, even if you are the best Facebook ads guy and you've generated $100 million from Facebook ads, business often have other issues that prevent them from generating great results. This is why if you look at any other agency after this call, they're not just doing one thing. Like any of the best agencies are not just doing one thing. And if they are, they probably have to, you have to qualify before you even consider working with them. So even if you are the best Facebook ads, it's going to be hard for you to get them results because there's other things that they need fixed in order for you to get them to the desired outcome. And the market is numb to these commoditized offers, right? I don't know if you guys get marketing stuff, but it's like I had an ad that literally was like, we can generate you 1,000 qualified appointments in 365 days, or you don't pay. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like 1,000 leads, like that's insane. Like imagine if I was a business owner and I hear that for the first time, I would want that. I would like click on it to see what it is. So it's like we're competing with people that are making these crazy, crazy, crazy claims. So the market is numb to these offers. We'll generate you this or you don't pay. We'll generate that or you don't pay, right? You have no leverage, okay? And at best, you break even, just like we discussed. So what did I do? Like most agency owners, this is what they do. This is where I was, okay, honestly, okay, with the first year and a half, 2 years of my agency. So what did I do? Instead of complaining about this, guys, I literally left a comfortable job, okay, flew to Egypt to just change everything, man. Like changing my environment. Like that was the thing, but just changing my environment. And instead of complaining, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna offer everything that a business needs in order for them to succeed. Okay. And that's the growth partner model. You're solving multiple bottlenecks. If we take the same exact scenario, this is the current situation of a business, and this is their desired outcome, and there's a gap in the middle. I was like, in my case, e-commerce information product, I was like, okay, what does the business need to go from here to here? Whether that's from 10K a month to 100K a month, whether that's scaled to a million, what do they need? Well, I realized that they're going to need all of these services. So what we started offering, depending on if it's e-commerce information product, was UGC. We started offering Facebook ads, Google ads, Pinterest, email marketing, TikTok ads, native ads. Like we would run native ads, native banner ads. Like, when you go to a website, like random website, and you see like an ad on the side, right? When you're running these native ads, you can see where the ads were placed. And like we would go to like one of our clients, ecom, we would go to see like where our ads was placed, and you see like some crazy websites that it was placed on. But that's because that's where the audience was. Like imagine we're running native ads. This is like so like I don't know, 2010 maybe, but it works, right? And we were offering that, and that's what our clients needed to get this desired outcome, right? VSL scripting, appointment setting, advanced tracking, sales and closing. I mean, we have Brother Hassan here on the call. He's a closer for one of my clients, right? I think he actually came through the old closer, but like we hire for our for our clients. We'll find closers for you. Dude, we'll hire an appointment setter for you. We'll script your ads. We'll edit your ads. We'll do all of this. And before you guys think like, oh my God, this is crazy, like it's a lot of things. Here's the cool thing. If you have leverage, you don't have to do any of this stuff yourself, right? You don't have to do this yourself. You're just solving the problems that your clients had. So for example, like I said, for e-commerce, we were offering paid ads, UGC, email marketing, influencer marketing, graphics for email and ads. For information product, we would offer paid ads, ad scripting, VSL scripting, content editing, appointment setting, sales and closing. Okay, this is what I offer like my clients right now. Now I'm applying the same exact thing, guys. Okay, I think what's exciting for you guys is like, okay, this is great, MJ, but like you've been doing this 2018 and then 2020, it's 2025 right now. I literally just started 14 days ago applying the same exact thing to a whole new niche. So it's as if I'm starting from scratch. So how are we applying this within our new with the new agency, right? Working specifically with real estate agents, offering them AI solutions. Well, we have what's called the unicorn transformation stack. What we do is we solve multiple problems that our niche have, and we have probably single-handedly the most attractive offer in the market due to speed. I think there's only one other person that has a similar offer that's working with real estate agents. But this is why I'm like, man, I think we're selling ourselves short if we say 1 million in the next 12 months. I think we could do more than that because we have the most attractive offer. We just got to get in front of clients. Because of that, we can charge $18,000 upfront, right? Like upfront, we can charge that. When we charge $18,000, what do you think that's going to do? That's going to give us leverage for talent. I can go and hire the best prompt engineer. I can go and hire the best closer, the best setter, right? For research, right? How do we research the changing things that are happening within the real estate market? Because guess what? I don't know nothing about real estate. Like you guys probably know more about real estate than me. I don't know anything about real estate, right? Now I know a little bit more, but I'm a newbie to it. And because of this leverage, we have great talent and we have research. We can get the best results in the industry. That's what we're hoping. And because we get the best results in the industry, we're going to have high retention. Our clients are going to stay with us longer. And because they stay with us longer, we're going to be able to afford higher quality clients. Because we get the best results in the industry, we can afford higher quality clients. And this is essentially the flywheel and how we're applying it. So applying the same exact model, guys, to the coaching space. Did I add Fabia to this call? I don't think I added Fabia. Applying this to the coaching space, when I first launched the coaching offer, allowed me to scale to 100K in stipulated amount within 90 days. This was December 15th of 2023, right? And if any of you guys are in any of our programs, like you guys know, you guys bought, you guys came in, right? I applied the same exact model. So ask yourself, like, why did you join us instead of someone else, right? Now, if I'm being honest, there are things that we can do better with AP, even though I think it's better than a lot of things out there. There are things that we can do better with AP, and I will always consistently work on that, which is, as I mentioned here, talent and research. When you're building your agency, you want to reinvest and understand, like, what can we do better, right? So I applied the same model within the coaching space, and I'm going to show you guys, like, this is already the second business, and you can look at anybody else. We're actually going to look at Alex Hermosi and show you how he's applying this. So I hope this is like making sense to you guys. You're like, okay, I can't wait to get off this call and actually apply this. So when I started Agency Protocols, I looked at the market and saw everyone else was selling advice and courses that essentially set their students up for failure by default. It's not that that was their intention, but it's just by default, just like right here. Even if you do the best Facebook ads, like there's other things that the businesses need. Same thing with the coaching space. Okay. So instead of offering just information and a course, I decided to help solve all the problems that a business would face based on my past experience. Instead of being a coach, I became a growth consultant, helping students with crafting a no-brainer offer, talent acquisition, client acquisition, and consulting. For crafting a no-brainer offer, most get this wrong because they build everything based on foundations. Talent acquisition, most beginner agency owners don't know how to deliver services or find talent. So I was like, okay, you know what? How would I just like hire people and place it in their agency? Solved. Right? It's like, oh, I don't know how to run Facebook ads. How do I hire? Don't worry, I'll just place someone in your business. Right? Client acquisition, most beginner agency owners don't know how to land clients. I was like, okay, what if I just build 5 client acquisition systems and then just implement it in your agency? Solved. Right? And then consulting. It's like, okay, even if I give you everything, you're just starting out, you're going to face situations that you've never been in. So how am I there to help them? I'm just like, okay, just offer them ongoing consulting. If they're in their low ticket, meet with me twice a month. If they're in their high ticket, just meet with me anytime you want, dude. Right? So like we literally applied the same exact model to the coaching program. Okay. This was the coaching program. Okay. So this is your current situation. This is your desired outcome, whether it's 5K or 10K. And essentially what we did was give you business clarity, needs research, offer creation, talent acquisition, client acquisition, backend infrastructure, and personalized coaching. Compare this to other people in this space. Okay. Regardless of where you're at, compare this offer to other people in this space. We're going to give you a course. Like, okay, well, like, how do I hire? Oh, watch this video on how to hire. Well, there's other things like, how about getting clients, right? How about like if I need somebody to talk to? Like, how do I set up like go high level? How do I do this? Which offer you think is more attractive? It's this offer right here. And this was the first time I ran a coaching business. And as I'm telling you guys, there are things that we need to improve and that we will improve, inshallah. But already this outbeats any other offer. This is how I was able to get people to pay me 100K in 90 days. Okay? With a brand new offer, brand new in this space. Because I wasn't a commodity, right? It was something different, it was unique, and it solved all these problems that these businesses have. So whether you're in roofing, whether you're in this, whether you're in that, you need to adapt the same thing. If you're thinking right now, like, but how am I going to get clients? Forget that. Understand that there are clients out there that are willing to pay money. You just have to present them with something of value, right? So this is what we're going to go over today, guys, okay? Which is how to go from charging $2,000 a month to having a hard time closing clients to charging 5,000 to 20,000 upfront while making it easy for your clients to want to work with you. Okay.